Hello students. So it is the last moment for the JEE Main examination, and from the next week there will be the examination. So let us make one plan, and everybody at the last moment there are a lot of questions in the mind of students that what to do in the last moment and what will be the strategy, what will be the planning for the examination hall. So let us discuss one by one. Before that, we'll discuss what should be the chapter at the last point in maths. Will proceed because it is totally last moment, nothing to be done new, no class, no mock test examination. It is a totally preparation. This is for you only. Okay, now you have to do of your own preparation. নিজেকে নিজের preparation এখন করতে হবে। তো আমরা আগে একটা chapter analysis করি. Let us analyze the chapter first. So let's see everybody. First and foremost will come across the calculus. What in the last moment of calculus we'll study, because we are totally almost prepared. We may not be well prepared. এখন যেন মনে হয় যে আমাদের এই চ্যাপ্টার হলো না, ওই সাম হলো না, এই ফর্মুলা হলো না. So what we'll do at the last moment? So let us see first. So let us analyze chapter by chapter in the calculus. So we have to remember one thing, about 30 to 36% questions are coming in calculus. If we analyze, if you see last 3 years paper, okay, in last 3 years a lot of papers came. So let us just see what can be done in application of derivative. So there are, this is a very vast part, application of derivative. In application of derivative, what we'll do? First we have to think that the increasing decreasing function, increasing decreasing, whether it is increasing, whether it is decreasing, that critical point based question, point of inflection, these are important for increasing decreasing, maxima minima, whether it is max min, and that question based sums, these are important. And for Lagrange's mean value theorem, Rolle's theorem, don't prepare so much, just whatever you have done, just see once, just give some stress. And if I come to the application of integral, this is area under the curve. This is under better prepare this with the definite integral. But in case of area, remember one thing, that parabola, circle, straight line, parabola, straight line, circle, these are the most important which you have to prepare. Also the log x curve. Just 2 to 3 things you have to keep in mind, that the curve, the diagram of y equal to x log x, the diagram of y equal to log x by x, and log x curve. It means ln actually. And for the last moment it is okay. And for continuity differentiability it will come through. This is the mod box x, mod x, fractional x, root x. These 4 functions are very important, and number of solution and the composite function f of gx, g of fx, identity function, all these are very important. Just at the last moment study on this. And the differential equation. In case of differential equation, first and foremost we'll see that integrating factor based question, linear equation, linear differential equation, integrating factor based question. This is the most important part. Also, if we can solve the sum by the inspection method, that d of x by y, d of x by, this type of sums, this is important at the last moment. Just go through all these things. Differentiation, nothing can be said about the differentiation. Differentiation, double derivative, I think you are already prepared, so it is, don't waste your time by seeing the differentiation. Integral, indefinite integral. Yes, obviously I'll tell about the definite integral. Indefinite integral already I told in application of integral. So in definite integral, whatever we'll do, all the properties of the definite integral, mainly king property, queen property, and Newton-Leibniz theorem. It is extremely important, Newton-Leibniz theorem, as well as that periodic function property. These are the important. And indefinite integral not to see at all. We need the indefinite integral for our definite integral and differential equation. So it is unnecessary to waste the time on the indefinite integral. Limit is another most important, that while doing the limit always maintain, remember one thing, that in case of limit, do not expect that L'Hopital's theory can solve you the sum in the entrance examination hall. Try to use the formula first, then you will apply, try to use the series, then L'Hopital's theory. Okay, so question paper, I think mentally be ready in this way that question paper will be not so much easy that you can solve by the L'Hopital's theory. So don't expect, but Newton-Leibniz theory application in limit is very important. Okay, and relation and function, this is another most important chapter. There are a vast part mainly related to the one, many one, injective, bijective, surjective portion, and related to the equivalence relation. Generally one questions are coming, and with this range of the function, domain of the function, and mainly periodic function. Periodic function, just go through this. And to my students, whatever I am telling you, throughout the year we have done all the things. So do not leave one single question in calculus. Okay. Now if I go to the coordinate geometry. In coordinate geometry, this is another important chapter, another important part. This is the coordinate geometry, about 10 to 18% questions if you analyze the last papers. So if you analyze the last 3 years question paper. So straight line, I'll tell you not to see now straight line. Circle. In circle, the area like intersection of the circle on the axis, whether the circle intersect the axis and that orthogonal circle, this type of portion is very important. And I'll tell about the parabola. This is the most important chapter in whole conic section. This must study parabola properly, that tangent normal related, and parabola, straight line, distance between two parabolas. These type of questions are important. Also the tangent normal is important in case of parabola. And for ellipse, simple ellipse based question, and hyperbola also, that asymptote of the hyperbolas, just study once. Now we'll come to the algebra. So in entrance examination, generally it is seen that maximum weightage, maximum percentage of questions are coming from this algebra. So we have to focus on some specific portion of algebra. For example, sequence and series. It is very important chapter, not only one question, more than one questions are coming. Okay. So in sequence and series, this is the summation of the series, that is the sigma based question, and AM-GM relationship, these are very important. Okay. And complex number. So nothing to say about complex number. In whatever may be the paper, the number of papers are coming, there are so much shift are there, but you must get complex number and geometry of the complex number. Must study geometry of the complex number and that properties of the modulus aptitude based questions. And in permutation combination, not to study division into groups, not to study that basic question, and mainly one particular area, whatever I am personally thinking, because there are a lot of parts, a lot of question papers are there, so different questions paper are coming, but must study that rank based question, that type of question, that find the rank of the letters of the word Sachin. These type of questions are very important. And simple digit based question, that this type of question, how many digit, find the number of 4-digit numbers which are even, find the sum of the 4-digit numbers. These type of questions are very important in permutation combination. Also combination group based question paper based question, these are very important. And if I come to the binomial theorem is another important chapter, and you may expect, because in this way we cannot say at this moment that there are a lot of papers which is coming and which is not coming, but sequence and series, complex number, so you must get in all papers. And in binomial theorem, the important portion, not very hard questions are coming. These type of chapters are coming in JEE advanced examination mainly. Here in this case binomial theorem, you can find the greatest term, find the term independent of x, middle term, and suppose some expression will be given like this, 1 plus x square into 1 minus, suppose 1 minus 1 by x cube whole to the power 15. Find the term containing this type of questions must study well. And in case of probability, if I come to the matter of probability, that Bayes theorem is one of the most important, and conditional probability. And the question based, that independent event, suppose E is the event, something is given, F is the event, they are independent, something is given, something is not given. This type of question is very important, and mainly everybody study on the Bayes theorem. This is very important in case of parabola for the last moment. And if I come to the matrix and determinant, for matrix and determinant, so everybody nowadays the number of questions are coming in last 2 years, 2021, 2022, number of questions are coming main based on adjoint of matrix, matrix to determinant conversion, determinant to matrix conversion, symmetric matrix, skew symmetric matrix. These type of areas are important. And one very important I am telling you, that is consistency of the equations. And in consistency of the equation, there are a lot of ways, a lot of methods in consistency of the equation. But remember one thing, in case of consistency of the equation, better will use the concept of the Cramer's rule. By Cramer's rule, if you can solve, not only Cramer's rule, I showed you one. We have done one thing, that is just convert it to the straight line and solve the sum. What we have done in the previously, must apply this, because entrance examination hall is such a place, it is a place of tension. তুমি যতই ভাবো যে আমি টেনশন করব না, but it is a place of tension. So try to solve the linear equations, that is regarding the consistency, by the straight line method which you have done, by the elimination of one variable method which you have done previously. Okay, must do that. And regarding the more one thing, that's the determinant expansion based question. These are something long questions, but remember one thing, regarding all these things will come later, but try to avoid the long question. First we'll do the short question, first we'll do the we'll discuss details. First of all, let us analyze the chapter wise. And quadratic equation, if you must get question, but at the last moment, whatever I'll tell you, there are so weightage papers. So weightage papers means, sorry, so weightage number of chapters. So quadratic equation, it is unnecessary to do these type of main chapters. There is the complex number, because time is very less. Complex number, sequence and series, permutation, combination, probability, matrix determinant. These are main chapters from which we'll expect the question. Okay, and quadratic equation, so at the last point, not needed. One thing I forgot to tell you, that's the 3-dimensional geometry of 3D. In case of 3D, shortest distance formulas, any 3D calculation, shortest distance between two lines, skew lines. So shortest distance between the parallel lines. So these type of questions are there, better converted to the vector. Otherwise 3D, that distance of a point from a line, that mirror image of a point, mirror image of a straight line with respect to a straight line, mirror image of a straight line with respect to a plane, mirror image of a point with respect to a point. All the things we have done, my students, must do this. Must do all these type of places, all this type of perpendicular distance of a point from a straight line, this type of collinearity, coplanarity. In case of vector, whatever I'll tell you, in case of vector, just triple product is important, scalar triple product, that is volume of the parallelepiped. These type of questions are very important. That is the significance of the something. Okay, and now if I come to the trigonometry, very less number of questions, last 3 years coming from trigonometry. Then also I'll tell you that in case of trigonometry, the values of the trigonometrical, that is submultiple angle, like tan 7.5, cot 7.5, that tan 22.5, cot 22.5, that further 18 degrees. All the value must learn it so that we don't have to calculate. Okay, and in trigonometry, very less number of question coming. Then also one particular chapter is very important, that is the trigonometric equation, which is the most important. Trigonometric equation is very important, everybody, and trigonometric equation must be ready. Must prepare with the trigonometric equation properly. Okay, and mathematical reason, one question is coming always. Statistics, one question is coming always. Must do this. Must finish. These are the chapters. These chapters must study, everybody, and we have to win the match. Remember thing, এটা শুধু ম্যাচ নয়, এটা যুদ্ধ ছাড়া কি, রাইট? তো সো এই ছাড়াও then also there are some factors. Not only that I am studying, I study properly, I study nicely and I go to the examination hall and I pass the exam. No, everybody, no, not always. There are some another factors, extra factors which works. Must remember all the factors. First of all, that home practice. At the last moment, what will I do? This is a question of number of students, that at the last moment, what to study, what to do. Everybody, no examination, nothing. You practice 100 to 200 question in physics, chemistry, maths. 100 to 200 question you practice, question with the solution. By seeing the solution, just keep the question beside solution, continuously practice. Don't try any new sum. No new sum and nothing. Just continuously, whatever you have done, that is more than enough. Just we have to, whatever we have digested, we have to write it the examination hall. Okay? And one thing is that everybody, not only in this examination, for all examination, the most important factor in the life is the time management strategy. Remember one thing, everyone. Time management is the most important part, that in the examination hall strategy, I'm coming after some time, there we'll discuss with the time management. And next, remember everybody, there are some factors, and ami jara parents ra dekhchen, ami parents er bolbo, I'll tell to the parents that must inspire the students. আপনারা আপনাদের ছেলে মেয়েদেরকে ইন্সপিরেশন দিন, যেন ওরা এখানে ইন্সপিরেশন একটা বিরাট বড় ফ্যাক্টর, এটা যেন স্টুডেন্টদেরকে কোনো কিছু না বলে। আর আমি স্টুডেন্টদেরও তোমাদেরকে বলবো যে বাইরের কে কী ভাবছে, যে আমার এক্সামিনেশান যদি খারাপ হয়, আমি যদি বাজে এক্সামিনেশান দিই, আমি যদি তাহলে পাশের বাড়ি কে কী ভাববে, আমার বন্ধুরা কী ভাববে, এভরিবডি, ইট ডাজ নট ম্যাটার অ্যাট অল। হোয়াট এভার, ইফ আই কিপ দ্য এক্সামিনেশান ব্যাড, দেন দেয়ার ইজ সাম আনাদার এক্সাম। Think like this, don't take tension. If you take the tension, already automatically I have seen number of students in my life, everybody, that those are very good students, and they have done very good in their life, but in the competitive examination is something different. In the examination hall, they cannot do anything due to the tension factor, that there's some extra tension. Okay, that if I cannot do the well, then what, amar bari pache ki ki bhabbe, and it does not matter, everyone, it does not matter. So because you think like this, say, if I give the bad examination, my examination is so not good, then I have some another exam. You have to think like this, just free tension minded, give the examination with the free tension mind, because this is the most important exam of your life. And another thing is that, everyone, examination hall mentality. What will you do in the examination hall? Strategy in the examination hall is very important. In case of strategy in the examination hall, everyone, for the strategy in the examination hall, just remember one thing. When you see the paper, go through the paper. See the paper in detail. Whatever are the easy questions, try to answer in 1.5 hours. Easy questions. There are some questions which you'll get, you cannot be able to understand. Okay? Some question, generally in case of integration, whatever I have seen. In case of integration, that the sum is very nice. You are attracted by the sum. Okay, you are attracted by the sum, and sum is very nice. You just go through the sum and finally you forget the formula. Finally you cannot, option is not coming. So immediately skip, because everybody, it is not that test, your skill, your time management test is the entrance examination hall. Okay, so remember one thing, whenever you'll see any sum getting long and long, mainly এটা mathematics এ হয়, mainly mathematics and physics এই প্রবলেমটা হয়। Whenever you get through the this type of situation, that one sum you have started but it is not coming, by 5 minutes, don't wait any time. এটা মনে হবে যে আমি আরেকটুখানি করি, just let's do something, পুরো time will go. I have seen lot of student in my life, don't do like this. If you cannot solve one sum by 5 minutes, maximum 5 minute time, you immediately skip the sum, because there are a lot of sums. But if you cannot do 1-2 sums, then also you can get the very good result. It does not matter, everybody, whether you can solve one sum or not. And first of all, in examination hall, go through the total paper. First 1.5 hour, take your time, make your time 1.5 hour, and by this 1.5 hour solve all the easy questions. All easy questions which you can solve. Mark all the easy question. After that, after doing that 1.5 hour, complete this by 1.5 hour. If you cannot complete, it will take 2 hours maximum. After that, you try to solve the moderate question. It will take 30 minutes, and at the last moment, there are some question you cannot solve. Try to solve it. Okay, but easy question first answer karo. That is the most important. And one more thing, everybody, whatever I am telling you, the guess. Suppose you are solving any sum, but answer is not coming. Answer is in between two options. Suppose ABCD are the 4 options. So out of 4 options, we are seeing that once we have solved one sum, but it seems that I have solved the sum. Lot of situation you'll face in the examination hall. Suppose you'll see that this sum I have done, this type of sums I have done. I think that this option is suppose C and D. Suppose C and D or 3 and 4, option number 3 and 4. So for option number 3 and 4, this will be the, so whenever this type of situation will arise, everybody think properly and guess, because out of 4 options, guessing one option is not so easy. But out of 2 options, 1 option you get, maximum 5 sums you can guess. It will not be harmful, but number of sums you cannot guess, everybody, then positive will be just counterbalanced by the negative. Don't do that. Okay, just maximum 5 sums you can guess. And one more thing, whatever I told you, everybody, no tension, because this is the enemy of your life. Not of your life, I am telling you that this is the enemy of the examination, not examination, in life, because tension factor kills the person. So don't do any tension, because whatever I told you again and again I am telling you that remember one thing, there is one more chance in the April. So in the free mind, try to make free mind, and again I am repeating to the parents and guardians that give the inspiration to your child so that they can win over this war. Okay, and everybody, don't think negative, and best of luck everyone. Best of luck for the examination. Bye everybody.